Donald Trump went silent today, all day, about the scandal he is now drowning in because of his relationship with a child rapist, a rich child rapist, raper of children.
Do you think Trump will suffer any damage from this scandal, or will he get away with it again? If you want to support this kind of content, please like and subscribe.
Who was found dead in his cell in a federal prison in Manhattan awaiting trial, federal trial for sex trafficking charges in a prison that was controlled by Donald Trump's Justice Department at the time. Donald Trump is the only president in history who has had such a friend, who he is now claiming was not his friend. J.D. Vance went silent today about Donald Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. The last thing J.D. Vance said about it last night was the worst thing J.D. Vance could have said last night. J.D. Vance, in a social media post, demanded the release of the letter that the Wall Street Journal wrote an article about last night, which it says bears Donald Trump's name.
Do you think the release of this letter could corner Trump?
And is a birthday letter to Jeffrey Epstein in 2003 that ends with the line, "May every day be another wonderful secret." Donald Trump has not demanded the release of that letter. Donald Trump spent the whole day not demanding the release of that letter. And then tonight, when Donald Trump filed a lawsuit in federal court in southern Florida, suing the Wall Street Journal and its owner, Rupert Murdoch, Donald Trump's lawsuit does not demand the release of that letter. And Donald Trump's social media post tonight at 6:51 p.m. announcing the lawsuit, calling it an historic legal action, does not demand the release of that letter. But Donald Trump does say in that post, "I hope Rupert and his friends are looking forward to the many hours of depositions and testimonies they will have to provide in this case."
I have a short request. If you've watched the video up to this point, you can contribute by clicking the like button. You can subscribe to be notified of future videos.
And Rupert is hoping that his friend Donald is looking forward to the same thing. Donald Trump's lawsuit, if he continues to pursue it, would require that Donald Trump submit to a videotaped under oath deposition in which Rupert Murdoch's lawyers can ask Donald Trump all about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein.
Why is J.D. Vance silent on Trump's connection to Epstein?
They can ask Donald Trump under oath why Jeffrey Epstein said on tape, "I was Donald's closest friend for 10 years. And they can ask Donald Trump under oath why he said publicly that "I've known Jeff for 15 years, terrific guy." In an interview with New York Magazine, Donald Trump said that. And they can ask Donald Trump under oath why he said publicly that Jeffrey Epstein is a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. Donald Trump can be asked about all of that under oath. Donald Trump, if he continues to pursue this lawsuit, will be asked under oath, how many of them were on the younger side? How many of the ones you saw, Mr. Trump, were on the younger side? Donald Trump will be asked under oath how young they were. Donald Trump will be asked under oath, why did you say that many of them are on the younger side? Donald Trump is terrified of those questions. The guy who is afraid to answer White House reporters' questions today is never going to agree to answer under oath questions about the same thing. That's what we know about Donald Trump. There's nothing Donald Trump works harder to avoid than under oath questions, and that's why the Wall Street Journal's report tonight about the lawsuit reminds you a number of his cases have been dismissed at early stages, and a number of Donald Trump's lawsuits have been dropped by Donald Trump so that he never has to testify under oath in depositions in those lawsuits. A lot of them are just stunts that go nowhere and are intended to go nowhere. A lot of Donald Trump's lawsuits are designed to get him through the news day. Donald Trump's lawsuit refers to the letter reported by the Wall Street Journal as, quote, the non-existent letter. Donald Trump, no doubt, made sure that his vice president shut up very quickly last night after demanding to see the letter. And now Donald Trump takes the legal position in effect under oath in his written filing that it is a, quote, non-existent letter. The letter does not exist. That's the new defense. In his social media post last night, he said that he called up Rupert Murdoch and told him that the, quote, falsely claiming without substantiation that President Trump is a friend, pal, or family of Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein claimed in a recorded interview during the first year of Donald Trump's presidency to be Donald Trump's closest friend. He said he was Donald Trump's closest friend for 10 years. Donald Trump proudly told New York Magazine that he's known Jeffrey Epstein for 15 years and Jeffrey Epstein's a terrific guy. And Donald Trump said all of that to New York Magazine in the very same year that Jeffrey Epstein raped at least one 14-year-old girl who came forward to tell the story of her suffering. And that 14-year-old girl, that girl who was 14 then, has never once heard a word of sympathy from Donald Trump about what she suffered at the hands of the child rapist who Donald Trump called a terrific guy at the very same time that Jeffrey Epstein was committing those crimes.
Dear viewers, if you found the video useful, you can help it reach more people by liking it. You can subscribe to stay updated on future videos.
Did you notice that Donald Trump suddenly went silent today? What's up, Donald? Did you lose your voice? The man who used to shout, "I'm the most victimized man in the world" on social media has suddenly turned into a silent nightingale. Why? Because the names of his friend, which he kept secret, were revealed in another dirty file, Jeffrey Epstein. You know, the guy we call the rich kid rapist. Trump once called Epstein a wonderful man, but now he can't even bring himself to say his name. Think about it, which president in American history has ever had to boast about his friendship with a child molester find dead in federal prison? I'm seriously asking, is there an example? No, because no other president has been so shameless as to normalize such despicable relationships. Now look at the funny side of things. J.D. Vance made a hero out of himself on social media last night, saying he wanted to see the famous birthday letter, but by morning, nothing. Trump immediately sued the Wall Street Journal, but look, he's not even asking if the letter exists or not, because if the letter comes out, he won't be able to handle it. But they say it doesn't exist. Well then, let's see it. These guys have been writing the book on lies, denials, and I never said that for years. Remember Trump's previous lawsuits? He kept backing down one after another. Why? Because there's no universe where this guy isn't afraid to give, so whenever real questions come up, Trump either yells at the reporter or runs away from court. So, what do you think will happen in this case? Write your comments below. Do you think Trump will burn the letter himself, or will he play the "I never saw the letter" card? It's not just about the letter. This man praised Epstein as a very fun person a monster who exploited little girls for money. Moreover, Trump said about Epstein, he loves women as much as I do, especially young ones. Can you believe it? He says this right pride. Then he turns around and goes from reality to reality, talking about family values, morality, the sacred American order. That's hypocrisy for you. I ask you, should this country's values really be this? Really be this? Should a man who praises represent us? Enough is enough. It's up to us to expose these scandals.